Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for your daily Bitcoin technical update video. This is a series that we started on the turn of 2023, and we're going to continue it through the entirety of the year. Every single day, you're going to be getting a Bitcoin daily market update, where we're going to focus specifically on technical analysis. Now, I am or I would describe myself as a price analysis trader. So I trade based on the price and what I see forming in the price. I'm a trend following typically trader, but I also do range trading, which is pretty helpful in a market that tends to end up in ranges quite often. And we can cover all this stuff as we progress with this series. But really what we're doing thus far is we're just trying to follow the direction of Bitcoin and predict it in regards to what way we think it's going to go on the short term. Predominantly, this is going to be a 1 hourly time frame, but we can kick things off on the higher time frames, and then we'll take a look and we'll look at where we kicked off yesterday. We gave a target for Bitcoin at around about 16,880. So what I want you guys to do, that also watch other technical analyzers, is compare. At the end of the day, if you guys are trying to become traders, many of you are going to fail and give up. The harsh reality of trading is that the vast majority of people don't lose money, and some of you shouldn't even attempt it. However, there's lots of gurus and stuff like that out there that will tell you this and they'll tell you that. And think for yourself. Just because somebody uses a theory or they have a way of mapping out their chart, often that doesn't translate in regards to being able to predict where the price is going. And actually trying to predict where the price is going is a very hard task. I am not under the illusion that I am going to be able to consistently predict it. But I do think I do a better job than most. And that's what we're going to be covering in this video. So we're going to start on the bigger term timeframes and we're going to work our way down. We looked at the yearly open. Let's go back to the 12-month chart. Now, this is Coinbase's chart, so there's not a lot of history here. And remember, these are all yearly candles. And we looked at the yearly open, which was dropping down to the quarterly around about 16,535. And we said, okay, anybody that's familiar with Japanese candlestick analysis, if you're above 2022's yearly close, look for upside. If you're below it, look for downside. Simple as that, guys. There's no need to complicate it. And we're above it, and we were looking for that upside until we get proven wrong, and then we have to flip our bias. And Bitcoin's really just been in this kind of very structured range. This is going to be our working chart, so I don't really want to delete anything off of this. We can probably maybe take out this upside target now, but keep 2022's close on, because we did actually hit the upside target, and we'll look at what we think is coming next. But Bitcoin, and I'll just go to another chart, it just consistently ends up in these range-bound environments, and this is great for range traders. Very quickly, as a rule of thumb, with being a range trader, we'll drop down to the daily. It's literally just a case of establishing the range and longing and shorting it from points of interest. So there's always these ranges. People chop their ranges up however you want. How are you going to determine it? You can get your fib level, put it on the 50 mark, and put it in the middle. But literally, in regards to deviation, this is how range traders work. They'll just short, and this is going to be significant because where we are currently with Bitcoin and why we've got a sell-off is very self-explanatory. You break this, come down, you end up in another range. People long in the bottoms, short in the tops. It's how range trading works, guys, and it does work. We're now in this other, or this next kind of range here, and we'll go back to our working chart in just a sec. So where would I say the range kind of is? Probably say it's somewhere around here, guys, in regards to where we're currently at. So I think Bitcoin is going to look for a push, and remember this, I'm going to put it in the target, to around 17,400. I think that's quite likely. Yesterday was pretty significant for me watching the price action, going back to our working chart and now coming down to the smaller time frames. We've established that we're in this range, and what we're going to do is, this is where I think Bitcoin is potentially looking to head, until we're proven otherwise. So if, for example, Bitcoin starts to come back and take out levels that it's currently claimed, then we look for downside target. But whilst it's on that upward trajectory, we're just following the trend up. And mapping price action in highs and lows on a daily basis is going to help us to follow this sort of analysis. So we're going to put these targets in green, actually. So looking at yesterday's target, that has now been met. And I'm not the perfect trader, guys. I'm far from it. I get things wrong all the time. People that are in my Patreon group will know that. You know, sometimes I have bad months, sometimes I have good months. But what I am is a trader, which is very different from what most people are teaching on YouTube. So let's take a look at where we kicked off yesterday. So in yesterday's video, and actually prior to that, I've been following this the whole way around. We called for this sort of pull back into this box here, and then a rally to the upside. And yesterday we were still looking for that rally. We said you've got a very significant historic area of resistance. This is, of course, yesterday's video, which was here. And we've still got that drawn on here. And you can see that this, of course, is historical resistance, but is now likely, in my opinion, we're going to keep this on here, actually, to flip and act as support. So we can get rid of the prediction that we gave yesterday, which is that we were going to make your $16,888 target, which you did perfectly. I mean, you look at where you rejected, guys. You put a toe beneath it, and then you actually see that downside. So we're not currently trading this yet. I'm still sorting some stuff out for myself this year in regards to I'm trying to teach people how to trade, and you can find out about that in my Patreon. And I'm coming up with a kind of methodology and a way to do this. So I'm currently still out of the markets and not actually trading it. But what we can do now is we can look at our daily ranges that yesterday put in, because we do have confirmation of that. So this was yesterday's high. And remember, we're mapping out a 24-hour period. My chart is set to the New York time. Reason being, and we've spoke about this in previous videos, is because that's when the most amount of volume occurs during the New York and the United States trading session. You know, it's the largest market. It's very good. So what we're doing here is this is a 24-hour period, and we're working out range highs and range lows. So if we transpired this to daily candles, you'd see that we could have done it on the daily, but we're just doing it on the hourly to get a bit more of a decisive view. So this was our upside target, which we've met. So can we get a little tick? Everybody likes a little tick. Okay, I don't think we... I'm sure we could. Do I really want to go through this? I will. So we reached that target, hit. What are we looking at now? Now, you've rejected here. So this is significant because when you hit a target, you take profits. What is this that you've currently ran into? Remember what we were talking about in regards to ranges? People will short the tops and long the bottoms. Simple as that. Trade. This is a... People think there's a lot of... I know some traders that make serious money scalping, and they do it through simplicity. Literally. They just have set things that they look for, and they'll take it every time it occurs. And they're typically range traders. Nothing spectacular about range trading, in my opinion. But there is, in the sense that the simplicity of it actually makes it work. So really looking at this now, let's put the next day in, which is the current day that we are. Let's get to midnight. What's the date say? It's the 4th. So we're looking here. This is our day's right. Oh, okay, I'll move that. Doesn't want to play ball with me. Nobody does. We don't want a big thumb. We want a little thumb. So this target's been hit, right? Now we've rejected. Now you will get, and these big wicks, just like you had these wicks here of people wanting to take these trades, are going to be people shorting and looking to capture any kind of scalp to the downside. Again, wicks, people longing. Now, why did we run this? So in this chart, the reason we didn't trade this is because it's quite hard to position, because you could get a pullback that's a bit more extended and runs out the low. Why did you run out this low? Because you can see you've clearly invalidated market structure here. And this is how the cryptocurrency market works. It will consistently try to stop hunt. Market makers will look for liquidity to take it in the direction that they need it. They look to buy and sell at higher and lower prices. This is how they do it, and they do it by extracting money from you guys. How many traders out there feel like their stops are getting hunted consistently? It's because they are, ladies and gentlemen. Don't take my word for it. Go and do your own research on how a market works. But this is rather confusing now because we've got our... I'll maybe extend that a little bit. So we're still tracking this on a day-to-day basis, right? Now, this is still an uptrend in my opinion. It's had a slight retracement in that uptrend, but it hasn't been significant. We've not run out any big significant levels like here. We've come up, we've rejected at a key area of resistance. However, we're currently above an even longer area of support. So what am I looking for moving forwards? Remember, we've got this sort of range high target, and there are a number of targets. Actually, I would, before looking for this target, look for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoy these daily market updates, guys. Like I say, I know many of you guys watch daily technical analysis from certain individuals, and in my opinion, they don't have a clue what they're on about, you know, using all these weird and wonderful theories about how the market works, and yet they don't make any money from it. Last year was a profitable year for me in terms of trading, and that's in a time period, and I'm not a genius trader, by the way, when most people are losing money. And we can back all that up. So these are levels that I'm now looking for in terms of how do we get here. So what am I looking at? Well, couple of scenarios. For me personally, I think more upside is likely. Yesterday, we had the stock market get battered. The dollar's slightly down today. Gold's up. The FTSE's up. Remember, guys, we do daily cross-market analysis on our daily cryptocurrency market update videos. The US stock market's up, and typically lows will occur at the start of the week. Right, so it's now Wednesday. We're looking for upside. So where are you likely to pull back to? Well, maybe this is it. Okay, you've pulled back into this area. Maybe you pull back down to these prior daily highs. And of course, look at the price action you've got here. Big support. But remember, when we're going to extend this support box out, whilst you're above, so you can pull back right the way into this. You may even want to put a toe below it just to run all those stops. Whilst we're above here, and this could be it, we are looking, first target met, for that upside continuation to our next target, which is around about 17,200. And we look for this upside until we see reason to look for downside. No rocket science involved. It is that simple, guys. And one thing you'll find is most traders trade in this sort of a simplistic fashion. And you can see, actually, look at the price action. Look at how loose this price action is in terms of it's not been filled in. So once you get above these levels and you can stay consistently above them, you could get quite a significant move. You know, what's that in terms of percentage from here? 2.4%. You're going to get a lot more out of altcoins, in my opinion. And this is what we're looking for. So we're looking for either the pullback into here. Now, if you did this and you started to bang your head on this again, well, what are you going to do? You're going to look for the short. Although you probably get a little bit, it'll probably do something like this, come back up and then come back down, because you'll get traders that will just try and punt on it. But for me, you're either going to mess around a little bit longer here, or you're going to pull back into here, maybe put a toe below it just to run all those stops, and then you're going to look for that upside. You know, this is what we're looking for to our new target. Ruby. Of 17,200. That's what we're looking at, guys. Well, that's what I'm looking at anyway. Just give that a big thumbs up. Now, let's not do that. But let's label that as a price target. And then I'm going to love and leave you to your day, ladies and gentlemen. So, there we go. Bob's your uncle. That's what we've got. And we're just chopping this up a little bit clearer on the 4-hourly. Remember, we also did sort of more macro technical, not macro, more sort of broad term daily analysis, because if you can get the moves or the direction you think the moves are going on the daily, you're going to do far, far better. So we also said that, look, you've got a double bottom here, which is a structure that I personally am a big fan of. Nice rounded right butt cheek, and we've got the continuation from that. So if you can get stuff right in the larger time frames, you're going to nail it on the shorter. But the difference really, I guess, is positioning. So this is what we're doing. We're just chopping this up, and we're looking for the upside. We'll see where today takes us. Currently, the day's high is, remember, the greens are upside targets. Right here, guys. So if you run this, look for upside. Not sure what's done that. It's text, that's why. You run this high again, look for upside. I doubt that's going to be the high today. We'll see what happens when the traditional stock market opens, but we are looking for that upside, in my opinion. Ethereum's just killing it. I think you're going to get a similar move, guys. I think Ethereum and altcoins are very much leading the way for the cryptocurrency market at the moment. So that's all I've got for you in this video, guys. You enjoyed the content, like is always appreciated. So as a comment, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next YouTube video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.